Hi everybody, Kenny Daigle, KD Cuts. Hope you're having a great day. It's finally a nice, cool, dry New Orleans day. It's been a really rough, hot, tough summer. So it's great to be back outside and working on projects in the shop. And so today we're going to show you how I make what I call a leather clipboard. Basically it fits a 8.5 by 11 piece of pad of paper. For somebody who's old school, I've got a slit in the back. It's basically constructed from 4/5 ounce, and I put a liner in. But this was revision 1. I'm going to take you to the workbench and show you how I've modified version 1 to come up with, I think, is a perfect leather clipboard. All right, guys, I'd like to show you a little bit of thinking and genesis in my design process. Here was my revision 1 that just fits the 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, and I went ahead and lined a pocket for it. That's good. It's a great start. Thought about it a little more, and I decided to make it a little bigger. So it's 10.5 by 13. You can see the dimensions on there. I made a template for it. And then here I've basically cut out the back that I'm going to tool. You'll notice I've put in my maker's mark, put in an eagle. That's because my name Daigle in French means D''AIGLE, of the eagle. So I am not going to use a liner. I've thought twice about having a liner on the inside for this project, and I think it's too much. So I'm going to take the piece that I've tooled and stained. I'm going to marry another piece of 4/5 ounce to it. And then I'm going to use 2 3 ounce to make the capture mechanism for the pad. Right here, the capture mechanism for the pad. So I think this is pretty simple, guys. This is a great project. I'll come back to you. I'll have it glued together and probably sewed together. All right, I have glued up the 10 by 13 template to a second piece of 4/5. Little hint, I only cut one side to size, and the other side I cut slightly oversized so I could glue it together. Makes matching up and trimming the edges easier, in my opinion. You'll notice a pencil line on there. That was the scribe line for where I stopped gluing. It's at 10 inches from the bottom. Okay. Okay. Here's my original Rev 1 design with the leather clipboard, big enough for just right size for a regular pad of paper. Here's the new design where it's just a little bit bigger. And I do have a reason for that I'm going to surprise you with when I finish up this video. I've scribed my lines for stitching. Okay, I used my craft tool 88-045-06 3mm. But just a little word to the wise, I only used it as a pricking iron. I did not go all the way through. I have a scribed line. I'm going to take my stitching owl and I'm going to complete these holes and make sure that they come out on a straight line. Very important if you want a good look with something like this. I'm going to use a brown thread, so I'm not doing a contrast, but if you were doing a contrasting thread, it's really important to remember that you want to either use a real pricking iron or you want to use your chisel as a pricking iron. So I'll go away and sew it. The leather clipboard is finished. There you see my dog Prince going in and out of the frame on the left. So let's review. Here's Rev 1. This is a 10 by 12 dimension that fits 10, regular letter size notepad. As I said in the beginning, I wanted something a little larger. So the dimensions are 13.25 by 10.5. I did not line this one, and we will take the regular paper pad out. And it slides obviously neatly into the oversized version of Rev 2. Now you can always get fancy for somebody and get them a fancy notebook from Levenger or somebody like that. Again, that's nice. But the most important reason that we oversized this, voila, was to fit a clipboard. So there you go. Now you have a leather clipboard. Now, I'm going to come back to this design because this dimension, again, 13.25 by 10.5 wide, is just slightly undersized to fit, say, a file folder in the slot. So when I come back to this, I'm probably going to try for an 11-inch width, maybe 11.25. So 12 by 10 works great. If you want to just hold a pad of paper, 13.25 by 10.5 is perfect for the old school clipboard kind of person. And stay tuned. We'll work on this more in the future. Hope you found this interesting. If you did, hit the like button down below and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thanks. See you soon.